Imagine this. South Korea's military announces a massive purchase, 100 advanced vertical takeoff and landing drones with a price tag of $31 million. Headlines are everywhere, and the public expects cutting-edge technology that will protect the nation. But then, the twist hits like a thunderbolt. Investigations reveal the drones aren't Korean at all. They were made in China. Even more shocking, these drones cost $20,000 in China, yet the South Korean military paid $300,000 for each one. The company that won the contract? Under suspicion of serious corruption. What should have been a showcase of technological strength and national defense readiness suddenly turns into a scandal exposing potential fraud, overpayment, and blind spots in procurement oversight. The story immediately raises questions. How could millions of taxpayer dollars go to drones that were essentially imported and repackaged? This isn't just about money. It's about trust, security, and the risks of cutting corners in military procurement. The scandal went viral, sparking outrage both among the public and military analysts, and it set the stage for a deeper investigation into modern drone warfare, global technology, and South Korea's strategic decisions. To understand why this scandal matters, we first need to see why drones have become so crucial in modern warfare. Think of drones as the military's eyes and hands in the sky. They can gather intelligence, strike targets with precision, jam enemy communications, and even deliver supplies, all without putting a single soldier at risk. Take the Russian-Ukrainian conflict as an example. Drones there have been used to monitor enemy positions for hours, often flying high enough to avoid detection, and they've carried precision weapons to hit targets far behind enemy lines. Some drones can even interfere with radar systems or perform electronic warfare, effectively weakening the opponent without a traditional battle. For a country like South Korea, sitting on a tense peninsula with North Korea nearby, drones aren't just fancy gadgets. They're essential tools to monitor threats, protect the coastline, and maintain rapid response capabilities. They allow the military to see everything, strike anywhere, and react fast without sending pilots or soldiers into danger. This context makes the scandal even more serious. It wasn't just a routine purchase. South Korea was investing in tools critical to national security, only to discover that the advanced drones were not what they seemed. The stakes are high, and that's why understanding drone technology, and who controls it, matters so much. Now that we understand why drones are vital, let's look at why China's drones have become a major player on the global stage. Even though China started developing high-end drone technology later than the United States, it has quickly caught up, and in some areas, even surpassed traditional powers. Take the Wuzhen 8 drone, for example. This is a high-speed reconnaissance drone that can fly at altitudes of 30,000 meters, almost 3 times higher than commercial airliners, and reach speeds 3 times faster than sound. Its stealthy design allows it to operate in complex environments, making it extremely difficult to detect. Then there's the Wing Lung series. Dual-use, long-endurance drones capable of reconnaissance, electronic warfare, and even carrying small precision weapons. These drones operate autonomously, with advanced sensors, laser rangefinders, and intelligence gathering systems, making them versatile tools on any battlefield. China's rapid progress shows that sophisticated drones are no longer limited to a handful of countries. For South Korea, this explains part of the scandal. If Chinese drones are this advanced and affordable, it's plausible that a domestic drone could actually be an imported model. This isn't just about copying, it reflects the fact that China has become a global leader in drone technology. By understanding China's technological leap, we see why South Korea's military might have been tempted to acquire drones quickly, and why the later discovery of Chinese origins caused such shock. To understand why South Korea urgently purchased these drones, we need to look at the bigger picture: the rising tensions on the Korean Peninsula. In recent years, North Korea has taken several provocative steps, like launching spy satellites and sending drones across the border into South Korean airspace. In one notable incident, North Korean drones flew freely over South Korea for several hours and returned without being intercepted, highlighting vulnerabilities in South Korea's air defense system. Adding to the pressure, South Korea suspended parts of the 9/19 military agreement with North Korea by June 2024. This agreement had previously acted as a safety valve, reducing the risk of accidental military escalation. Its suspension meant that the threat of conflict and the stakes for national security had suddenly increased. In this context, South Korea's decision to purchase 100 advanced vertical takeoff and landing drones makes sense. Think of it like patching holes in a national defense shield. Drones provide eyes in the sky, precision strike capabilities, and rapid response flexibility that conventional forces alone just can't match. The military needed a fast solution to cover these gaps, which explains why they launched a large-scale procurement plan. The urgency set the stage for both the opportunity and the controversy, creating the conditions for the scandal that would soon unfold. Once the need for drones was clear, South Korea launched an open tender in 2023 to purchase vertical takeoff and landing reconnaissance drones. The budget was around 40 billion won, which is roughly $31 million. 4 Korean companies participated, each one claiming to have cutting-edge drone technology. After a strict evaluation by the Defense Procurement Administration, one company emerged as the winner, even though its bid was about $1 million higher than the others. The justification? Their drone technology was said to be world-class, entirely domestically developed, and capable of meeting the military's toughest standards. Over the next few months, the drones underwent rigorous testing. Flight stability, reconnaissance accuracy, anti-interference performance, and endurance time were all checked. According to the official results, the drones excelled across the board, earning high praise from the test teams. Everything seemed perfect. The South Korean military appeared to have found a reliable, advanced drone to strengthen its defenses. But here's where tension really starts to build. After delivery, observers began noticing something strange. The drones looked almost identical to models that were publicly sold online in China. Their shape, size, and aerodynamic layout were, honestly, uncanny. At first, it was suspected that the Korean company had simply copied the design, but as investigations continued, a far more shocking truth started to emerge. This section really sets up the unfolding mystery. The apparent success of the procurement process was actually masking a deeper problem, hinting at corruption, importation, and price inflation that would soon shock the public. The initial suspicion quickly turned into a full-blown scandal. Investigations revealed that the drones weren't just inspired by Chinese designs. They were actually imported directly from China. The same models were available on Chinese e-commerce platforms for only $20,000 each, yet the South Korean military had paid $300,000 per drone. That's a staggering 15 times the original price. The company that won the contract had essentially acted as a middleman, buying the drones in bulk, replacing logos, and labeling them as made in South Korea. What was presented as advanced domestic technology turned out to be repackaged foreign products, sold at enormous profit. The fallout was immediate. Public outrage erupted over the waste of taxpayers' money, and questions arose about the integrity of military procurement processes. Experts also pointed out the political complications. Openly purchasing Chinese drones could have strained South Korea's security relationship with the United States, which has long been wary of Chinese military technology. This wasn't just a financial scandal. It was a convergence of technology, money, and geopolitics, showing how military procurement decisions can ripple far beyond the bidding table. The story had gone from a standard defense purchase to an international controversy, really highlighting the risks of oversight failures and the hidden layers of global defense supply chains. This scandal isn't the first time South Korea, or honestly any country, has faced challenges in military procurement. A few years ago, South Korea bought Global Hawk unmanned reconnaissance aircraft from the United States, and some of those experienced serious technical problems, like oil leaks and faulty sensors. Even high-profile purchases from trusted allies can go wrong, highlighting the complexity and risks of defense acquisitions. The incident also underscores a global tension, the trade-off between cost, capability, and political alliances. While Chinese drones like those in this scandal are technologically advanced and much cheaper than alternatives, using them openly could conflict with alliances, such as South Korea's security partnership with the United States. This is similar to how the U.S. has tried to restrict Chinese drones from military and government use, citing national security concerns. Yet, in civilian and agricultural markets, Chinese drones, like DJI's products, dominate worldwide, showing that the technology itself is highly capable and influential. The scandal demonstrates a broader lesson. In modern defense, technology leadership is shifting globally, and countries must navigate a fine line between cost-effectiveness, innovation, and strategic alignment. It's a story of how modern militaries are not just fighting enemies. They are also battling bureaucracy, corruption, and the complex web of international technology. So, what can we take away from this shocking South Korean drone scandal? First, it shows that drones are no longer optional in modern warfare. They're essential tools for reconnaissance, precision strikes, and electronic warfare. They act like the military's remote eyes and hands, allowing nations to respond faster and more safely than ever before. Second, this incident highlights the global shift in technology leadership. China, once a latecomer in drone development, has rapidly advanced to produce high-performance drones that now rival or even surpass some Western counterparts. Countries like South Korea face a dilemma. They need cutting-edge technology to protect themselves, but political alliances, costs, and procurement integrity complicate matters. Finally, the scandal underscores the importance of oversight, transparency, and strategic decision-making in military procurement. Millions of dollars can be wasted, public trust can be shaken, and international relationships can be affected if defense decisions prioritize convenience or profit over national security. Looking forward, the story doesn't end here. South Korea, the United States, and other nations will continue to develop, buy, and deploy drones, navigating the tricky balance of cost, capability, and geopolitics. As drone technology evolves, so will the strategies, alliances, and oversight mechanisms that govern their use. This is why incidents like this matter. They aren't just scandals, they are lessons for the future of warfare. To keep up with the latest developments in military technology, procurement oversight, and global drone innovation, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. The race for unmanned dominance is just beginning, and honestly, the stakes couldn't be higher.